Hey everybody, welcome to It's Cheaper Than Therapy. We are doing a really quick project for you today, and it is going to be with the Karen Burniston, the woven basket. And we're going to show you quickly how to kind of put this together. It folds flat for your mailing. There's different versions, and we're going to show you those at the end. We also want to talk about our sale, which is the buy three, get the fourth one free. You do not need to have a coupon. It does end on February 2nd, so you want to take advantage of that. And if you mention volume therapy at the end, then we will actually give you a free die set. One of the things I wanted to start off and just kind of show you before we kind of get into it is some of the new super exciting things from Sizzix. So there is a lot of Tim Holtz, there's a lot of Sizzix, and we're waiting for some of those things to get in. So we should have them just about in here really, really soon. So let me show you a few of these designs. Just perfect to just start the year off. Let me move these little baskets over just a little bit. And so we've got little, springtime. We're going to quickly just show you some of these really super cute new die sets from Sizzix. So there's the new springs, there's candles, you can make fun shaker cards with it. So adorable, you can cut them all at one time. We've also got the butterfly spinner card from Sizzix. Super cute, you pull it, it opens up, and the butterfly just spins away. We've got the Easter eggs, which you can also use the Easter egg domes that also fit on the balloons, so don't forget to get some of those. Super cute to use with. We've also have the like mason jar cards, so Sizzix is already out of this one, so we happen to have many of those to show with you. Got a fun masking background, lunar, just some fun characters. We got the butterflies, the different layers, the rainbow slider card. Look at these fun layers of these flowers. Just gorgeous. Decorate the insides of your envelopes. Does not make the envelope. And we've got the confetti pocket card. Not the card, but you can put it in there. So then there's also some of the new Tim Holtz. There's more that we have as well. You can see them on there. We got the Gent Flowery, the Park. Looks like Mary Poppins. We got these beautiful colorized flowers of different dimension, layer them all up. And we got the coffee cup, great for those coffee gift cards. We've got the Harrison and the Oliver, super duper cute, the beautiful big butterfly. I know I'm going kind of fast on these. We also have the paper sculpting papers, so you can do them in make all your flowers in all different kinds of. Hello everybody, welcome to It's Cheaper Than Therapy. And this is the woven basket therapy style card. Take all your pieces out, and we're going to show you the basis of putting this all together. And you should have two of these here. A little packet of all kinds of flowers. You got some little acetates. Got a strip of acetate. All these little flower pieces put to the side. And the phrase put to the side. Just kind of spread them out so you have your pieces so you can see them all. Kind of what I'm doing. Make sure you can see the scoring on these. So there is a right side and a wrong side. Well, just a more presentable side and then another side. So these things that look like pie shape. And you've got the grass pieces here. And we're gonna put the little flower in the little bee. And we're gonna set that off to the side. Be sure you get yourself, I like to have a die pick at tweezers. I'm using the Sizzix, the Express Glue with a fine tip bottle. Also, our little bottle tip sometimes is needed. And then also the Elizabeth Crafts adhesive rolls. And so sometimes you may need a little tiny thing, like 1/8 of an inch or 1/4 of an inch. Or you can use the liquid glue. So let's get started. Let me go grab with the die. So we put everything else off to the side except for these pieces right here, because these are going to be our main pieces. And I'll show you the die set and all of that stuff here too. But basically there's a score line that runs right across here and one right across here. And we're going to train our fold, so we're going to get that folded. on the score line, and this one as well. I'd have to say, at all of the pop-ups and things that Karen Bernison does, this one here is probably one of the easier ones. Then you realize it's very, very easy to do. I mean, it's not complicated. It looks more complicated than what it is. So make sure that these are all straight, because there is a little room for error on there, so you want to make sure that everything's straight. Okay, so this is what's going to make your actual basket, is this right here. And this is going to get glued on this one, and this is going to get glued underneath right here. So let's put that to the side, and let's put a little bit of adhesive. I like this Sizzix glue. It's really nice. It dries clear, and it works fast. And so we're going to glue that. You're going to put some adhesive on this. I like to get up on that edge so it doesn't look like it's coming apart. You can also use the double tape adhesive on this particular pop-up one. Sometimes the double-sided adhesive rolls, tape runners are not the best on these types of projects. So then I like to kind of flatten it out this way and flatten out that way, because this is a card, and basically you can actually treat it as a card. You can put it in an envelope, and as far as you stick things out is going to depend upon your envelope. And so I basically, these look like pies, or what do they call it, sawhorses, and then this looks like a T, but actually I say that this is a U for under, and then this is a T for top. And that's one way of looking at it this way. And so these have little score lines on them, so you can actually, it can be like a little rolled top, so it's not so much of a hard line. And so we're going to kind of just not hard roll, not hard score them, just kind of get it to where they're over just a little bit. And it gives us the excess of when it goes and folds over an edge, it's not just one flat score line. Okay, so I like to start with the U piece, which is the under. See this kind of, this piece here that is, let me flatten that out just a little more so you can see that. See how it's just got, it doesn't have another cut in it for little slits. And so basically on the underneath part, this part is gonna sit under here on top. And so we're gonna slide under the first slit on the bottom part, which is the skinnier part. And you're just gonna kind of weave them back and forth underneath each of the slits, just like this, okay? And then when you get it to where you want it, then you're gonna actually just adhere just that little part. So let's do that. So you can actually push that up just a little bit. Or you can just fold it, whatever you'd like. And you'll get your little, I call it basket fingers, going. So then when you're ready, we're gonna do all four sides of this, but now we're gonna do the T for the top, and the T for the top looks like this. And so it has a little flap on this side, and this one is your outside. So you're gonna do just the opposite weave on all of these here. Okay, so then that's it. That's how easy it is to weave these. And then so now you're going to adhere it, and I'm just going to adhere it onto this side for right now. So I'm going to put some on this little flap. I'll just do my little fingers first. Like I said, you can get your little basket fingers going. After you do one, you'll do 4 of them and then some, and then just fold that over. Make sure it's nice and straight. get that inside one done. Because it's also covering up the inside when you did the bottom one. This little flap on the inside is covering up the part that sticks up. And so we're going to do that on all 4 of these. So stand by, let me do the other 3. I don't want to forget, you want to put a little bit of adhesive down in here. And so you can use this little applicator, but I like this one for these is because it has a little tip in here like a little needle, but it has a longer inside tip so you can really get in there on some of these longer areas. And don't worry about the glue that can come out. So you get your little paper towel and you can wipe it off. Let me grab a little paper towel. Okay, so be sure not a lot comes out. So you just want to get that. Now we're going to do all 4 sides. Okay, find out which side you want to do the basket handles on, and how high do you want the handles. Do you want it to go into here, or do you want it to go in here? You know, where do you want the basket handles to go? And so I'm going to tuck them into this. There's the first one here, and then the second one. I'm going to tuck it under here and tuck it under here. And basically, you can see how tall you want your handles. But do you see inside there? You can see the little flappies. And so what you can do then is you can fold the little flappies up. Hope you can see this. I'm going to flip that up and flip the little end up. And I'm going to put just a little tad of glue just down there, just a dot. Just a dot. Well, that one hit on the wrong side. Just a dot on that side of it. There we go. And we're just going to press those down onto the inside of the basket. And it's just going to press down right here and right here. And you don't really see that. And so we're going to do it again on this one. See where your handle, how you want your handles. Make sure they're straight the way you want them. And I'm going to flip this guy up just a little bit. That way. Kind of give him a little fold so he stays that way. There. And we're just going to do it just a dot and a dot of adhesive and press it down. Get my little paper towel. Let me get a little piece. Stick in there. There we go. Just get some of that excess off. And now you got your handles in there. Wasn't that just cute? So figure out which side you want your handles, which side you want your front. Okay, now these guys here, now you can do as many or as little as you'd like. If you don't want grass, you can actually take your scissors and you can actually just cut off the grass. You know, you can just cut it off like right here. But we're going to leave the grass on. So what these little flaps are, there's a little flap for here and here. Okay, I wanted to put this in here real quick. But do you see these little tabbies? These little tabbies are actually just the perfect size to fit in between the little slot of the T. They fit right behind here, and I'm going to point. They fit right behind that little area, and they can slide in between. And it takes just a little bit of practice to kind of get to that. But you can have different heights. So it just takes just a little bit to get it in there. First handle would be right there. There we go. Just going to give it a little hold. You can hold them from the bottom. Make sure. I look at it and then I got to see it through my bifocals. I'm going to put this one back. I'm I'm gonna get a little bit of adhesive on there, but I'm gonna come up through the bottom and put a little adhesive on that little tab. Okay, so take your time, put those in there, and then this is basically the effect, is you're gonna have all the different layers for all of your different flowers and stuff like that too. So let's start getting with that. Okay, so these are all of the flowers. I'm just gonna kind of bring them in. And you've just got the solids and the patterns, and then the solids, some of them have textures, some of them don't, so be sure that you kind of take a look at it, and then you can see what one of the samples looks like. And then we also have our little sprigs, which we're going to do last. So then we also have the you can get like just little acetate pieces. You can take an oval and cut it in half. You know, you just want some little acetate pieces to attach things to. So what I did is I took all of the flowers and I kind of made my pre-arrangement ones. And you have some little the circles, some are bigger, some are little. It doesn't really matter. I tend to kind of take some of the smaller ones, like this one, and maybe bring it over to one that just has 2 colors. Now, all of your colors may, you know, differ just a little bit of if you get, you know, patterns or solids or things like that. So, you know, just kind of rearrange your flowers first before you start gluing them all together. And now I'm going to glue them together. Okay, so you can, like, when you glue them together, you can make the little petals pop out. You can do a more dimensional. You can put foam dot, little, not too thick a foam dot, so that's going to be a lot inside that card. But you can get, you know, creative if you want to make your petals a little bit more dimensional, you know, and then you can kind of do them in your hand and then, you know, bend them out. I'm just going to keep mine a little bit more on the flatter side. And then just put them where I want. I like these little reverse action tweezers because they just, you can have them just hold just a little tiny bit and they do all the holding for you. Maybe I just let them hold just the tip of it there. There we go. Put a little bit of adhesive, put it in the center of your flower. Some of you have nails, I don't. Okay, so now I'm going to build all of them just like that. So stand by. Okay, another thing you can do if you just want just like that little bit more dimension and you don't have any flower shaping tools is take this one in the palm of your hand and take the back end of your die pick and just kind of, you know, cup it into your hand, and you can kind of flower shape that a little bit. And then you put your adhesive on here. And then you can use your die pick as well to kind of put it right where you want it. That way you're not really disturbing the petals too much. Just put in there. And if you're not using the die pick end, just close it up. You know, you can use both ends of this. It's kind of nice. And it gives it just a little bit more dimension without having to put, you know, foam squares and that on there. 'Cause I love foam squares, but I definitely like just some of the dimension as well. Cute little flowers. Okay, I'm gonna finish more. Okay, I'm gonna zoom in just a little bit. Okay, now what you want to do is take these, like, you know, half ovals or circles or squares, whatever it is that you want to use on little acetate pieces, and I put a 1/4 inch strip underneath there, and so we're gonna adhere those into. Let's see if I. Okay, so then you're gonna put the adhesive on there, and then we're gonna take the adhesive off. You can use your tweezers or die pick. And then you're going to take this acetate and you're going to stick it right behind the green grass. So it gives it just a little bit more of a height to adhere things to. And you're going to do that on all 4 of these. And you can even bring them up higher if you want into the grass, you know, just to give it just that little bit more. Whatever kind of dimension that you want on here. But you're going to be able to kind of slither the little flowers in that in between the grass pieces, so you won't really see it that much. Whoops, let me get that on the screen there. Okay, so now you've got the 4 pieces in here. Let's get that lamp over here just a little bit more. There we go. So you got your 4 pieces of acetate. And like I said, you can do squares, you can do whatever, just anything that's kind of clear that you can have in there. And then now one of them is going to go, I like this one for the front. This is going to be for the front of the card. So I'm going to leave that one off to the side. The bee and all that's going to be off to the side. So now you're just going to kind of start putting your flowers in and seeing where you want them to go into. Do you want them like behind the grass a little bit? Do you want them in front of the grass? So you can start putting your flowers what you want. So then you can start deciding where you want your adhesive to go right here. So this is where I like to use the double-sided tapes. And so you can just take them and, you know, just put your double-sided tape here. There we go. I kind of want him. Like I said, get your basket fingers ready. Get your basket fingers. Okay, but putting the little adhesive tapes, you know, behind your flowers, you're going to be able to kind of move them around a little bit where you may want them, you know, patterns and things like that and colors. You know, do you want them, you know, where do you want them all to go to? So kind of take and move your flowers all around a little bit. See where it is that where you want them. You know, and then where do you want the little sprigs to go? So you can kind of fill them up, you know, all over different places. So just kind of get it to where, I don't really like those patterns together. So just kind of move them around a little bit where you kind of, where you like it. So I'm going to move mine around a little bit. Okay, so now what I did is I put my sprigs and my flowers. And if you want to add more flowers, you can. You know, you can add to it. So you can cut more flowers if you want. If you don't want the flower on the front, you don't have to. You can take them and you can use them in the back here if you want, just to give it some more look, and then put something else on the front, whatever you'd like. Let's get that little guy in there. I gotta see with my eyeballs. There we go. You know, just to give it some more fullness if you want. Make them stick up a little higher if you want. Whatever it is that you'd like. I think I'm gonna put a little bit different adhesive on them. There we go. Because I kind of want to fill up that area. And you can do the little bumblebee, and I took a marker and just did the, you know, the head and just the little lines. I did them in purple, you know. And you can have him in the front. You can have him flying around wherever it is that you want to put him. You're gonna put the 2 words together, you know, so it gives it the shadowing effect. And then just cut a little strip. There should be a little strip in there. And you're going to adhere your word to it and then stick it back here and adhere it so it's sticking out. So I'm gonna do that right now. I'm gonna get the double-sided adhesive. I like that. I think I'm gonna go just a little thicker one. for the bottom of it here. And here I'm going to go with just some real thin ones. So it's good to have different thicknesses of this, because it sure makes it nice, I'll tell ya. It sure makes it nice. So I'm just going to cut a little strip off of the adhesive roll, and then just put it down low in between the letters and stuff so you can't see it. I'm going to peel that little backing off. There we go. Kind of use it like glue dots a little bit. Kind of make it a little sticky, a little thicker right there, fold it over. There we go. Let me peel the backing off. Maybe. Let's get that little guy off. Let's get this little guy off. Okay. Now we're just going to stick them onto here. Peel this one off. And I got this on the front. You're not really going to see that a whole lot. You can kind of bring down the end of it however low you want to. You don't have to have it sticking up so high if you don't want to. And then that is how, whoops, let me get that little guy adhesive back on there. There we go. And then you can flip these little flowers around. You can flip them all around wherever you want. So mix and match them, but this is how you make the basket card. Oh, and you don't want to get the little bee. You can put the little bee wherever you want to. I think we're going to put him right there. Little bees like flowers. Now I'm going to show you a couple other little samples here too. Just some different basket cards, you know, that you can, you know, make. You can make them with any theme that you want to. So it doesn't really matter. You know, you can make them whatever color schemes and all of that you want to. So we're just going to put the little bee right there. So while the little bee is drying, I'm going to grab this guy right here. And this one is the You're Sweet. There we go. There we go. So you can put the phrase up in the front if you want. Happy birthday. You know, just some different layers. Just a couple of those different layers. So that you don't have to have them, you know, so many layers if you don't want to. And then there's a really cute one over here too. This one's just, you don't always have to make them into little Easter baskets either. And so this is a really fun way. Little kids and stuff like that too. This one was using the grass, and then this one was not using the grass. And so you can tuck the handles in, or you can pull them out, whatever, if you want them, whichever way that you want them. So if you want them sticking out, I kind of like gluing them in, that way nothing happens to them. So I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget our show specials and all that too. But don't forget, you know, oh, there we go. Okay, there we go. So we hope you enjoyed very much the woven basket card therapy style. And I'm going to show you some of the dies too that were used in this. So thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of the day. Thank you so much for starting out 2021 with such a beautiful card. This is Karen Bernison, and there are so many different variations that you can use with this. Don't forget, we also have some really great products I'm going to show you here soon to show you some of the new stuff from Sizzix.